Imagine a machine so advanced, it can see the enemy before being seen, strike before being spotted, and vanish before anyone knows it was there. A jet so powerful. It dominates the skies unmatched, unseen, and nearly untouchable. That's not science fiction. That's the F-22 Raptor of America's ultimate air superiority fighter, the most sophisticated combat aircraft ever engineered by human hands. But behind its stealth and speed lies a story of ambition, secrecy, and technology decades ahead of its time. This is the untold power and brilliance of the F-22 Raptor. To understand the F-22, we need to go back to the Cold War, at a time when air superiority meant survival. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the United States faced a new challenge. The Soviet Union was developing advanced fighter jets like the MiG-29 and Su-27. These aircraft could rival America's best, the F-15 and F-16. The U.S. Air Force knew it needed something revolutionary, not just an upgrade, but an entirely new generation of fighter. Something stealthy, agile, and intelligent, capable of dominating the air long into the future. This dream became known as the Advanced Tactical Fighter Program. Two companies competed for the crown: Lockheed Martin with the YF-22 and Northrop with the YF-23. After intense testing, Lockheed's YF-22 proved itself as the better balance of agility, stealth, and reliability. In 1991, it was crowned the winner, and from its prototype wings, the F-22 Raptor was born. The F-22 wasn't built to win dogfights. It was built to end them before they even began. Every inch of the Raptor is a symphony of engineering brilliance. The F-22's design makes it nearly invisible to radar. Its sharp edges, smooth surfaces, and radar-absorbing materials scatter incoming signals instead of reflecting them. Even its weapons are hidden inside internal bays, so nothing disturbs its stealth profile. In combat, this means the F-22 can fly into enemy territory, destroy targets, and vanish all before radar operators even realize something was there. The Raptor is powered by two Pratt & Whitney F119PW10 engines, producing 35,000 pounds of thrust each. It can supercruise, meaning it can fly at supersonic speeds without using afterburners, a rare and game-changing ability. Top speed. Classified. But it's estimated to exceed Mach 2.25, that's over 1,700 miles per hour. The F-22 doesn't just fly, it dances in the air. Its thrust-vectoring nozzles can tilt up or down by 20 degrees, allowing it to perform impossible maneuvers like the Cobra or Herbst, moves that no other jet can replicate. In a dogfight, that agility is lethal. The Raptor can literally turn inside its own radius, outmaneuvering any threat. Inside the cockpit lies one of the most advanced sensor systems ever built. Its NAPG-77 radar can detect, track, and engage targets long before the enemy knows what's happening. It can track over 100 targets simultaneously, prioritizing threats and feeding real-time data to the pilot. Combined with electronic warfare systems and secure communication links, the F-22 is not just a fighter, it's a flying command center. To remain invisible, the F-22 relies on more than just shape and coating. Its engines are buried deep inside the fuselage, reducing heat signatures. Exhaust gases are cooled and dispersed to minimize infrared detection. Even its paint isn't normal, it has a special radar-absorbing composite that costs thousands of dollars per gallon. The Air Force has an entire team dedicated just to maintaining the Raptor as stealth, repairing microscopic scratches, and applying layers of special coating after every mission. One fingerprint in the wrong place could make it visible on radar. But perfection comes at a price, and the F-22's cost is staggering. Each aircraft costs around $150 million to build. But when you factor in research, maintenance, and technology, the real cost per unit soars to over $350 million. In total, the U.S. spent over $67 billion on the Raptor program. The plan was to build 750 Raptors. But after the Cold War ended and budgets tightened, only 187 were produced before the program was shut down in 2011. It wasn't because the F-22 failed, it was simply too advanced for a world that wasn't ready to use it. Even 30 years later, no other country has built anything quite like it. China's J-20 and Russia's Su-57 have tried, but the F-22 remains unmatched in stealth, maneuverability, and integrated avionics. It's not just about copying the design, it's about replicating the engineering philosophy, the materials, the manufacturing precision, and the software integration that took decades to perfect. Even if you gave another country the blueprints, they couldn't rebuild it. The production knowledge itself is as classified as the aircraft systems. For the pilot, flying the F-22 is like wearing technology. The glass cockpit features large multifunction displays that fuse radar, infrared, and communications data into a single picture. The control stick and throttle are loaded with buttons, allowing the pilot to command the aircraft without taking hands off the controls. It is not about flying manually anymore, it is about managing a system that helps you dominate the sky. As one F-22 pilot famously said, "You don't fly the Raptor. You command it." Despite being built for war, the F-22 has seen limited combat use, and not because it's untested, but because it's too valuable to risk. When deployed, it performs surgical strikes with flawless precision. In 2014, F-22s were used in the opening waves of attacks against ISIS in Syria. They slipped past enemy radar, hit their targets, and returned without a trace. In training exercises, the results are jaw-dropping. The F-22 has achieved kill ratios of 140-20 against other aircraft. That's not dominance, that's air supremacy redefined. Even though production ended, the F-22 remains a vital part of U.S. air defense. It continues to receive software updates, stealth enhancements, and new weapon systems. It's expected to serve until at least 2040, working alongside the newer F-35 Lightning II and the upcoming next-generation air dominance fighter. But make no mistake, the F-22 will always be remembered as the fighter that changed aviation forever. It bridged the gap between the analog age and the digital battlefield, between raw power and invisible dominance. In today's world of drones, cyber warfare, and hypersonic weapons, you might think a fighter jet's role has faded. But the F-22's importance has only grown. It remains the first line of defense, able to penetrate enemy airspace, eliminate threats, and secure the skies before any other aircraft even takes off. Its presence alone acts as a deterrent. When an F-22 takes flight, everyone else watches because they know there's no hiding from it. The F-22 Raptor isn't just a jet. It's the embodiment of what happens when human ambition meets limitless engineering. A weapon that can vanish from radar, outmaneuver missiles, and dominate the sky without being seen. Built not to fight wars, but to end them before they begin. The F-22 Raptor in scene. Untouchable. Unmatched. A masterpiece of stealth, power, and precision, and perhaps the greatest flying machine ever created by mankind. If you love incredible stories of engineering brilliance and technological dominance, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell, because the next story might just redefine how you see human innovation.